Welcome to our physics laboratory course 19C212 Basic Science Laboratory 2. Today we are going to virtually see the experiment on coefficient of thermal conductivity of a bad conductor using least disk. Let us see the experimental setup. This is what the steam boiler through which steam is being generated, which is kept on the electric heater. So, which is the steam is transported through the rubber tube and is given to the top disk. This is what we called as a metallic disk, top chamber. So, this is called the bottom disk. In between we are going to use this cardboard. This is what our bad conductor. We are going to keep the bad conductor in between the two brass discs. This is also top disk is also made up of brass disc, bottom is also made up of brass. We have to keep our bad conductor in between these two brass discs. In order to measure the temperature of the inlet, so we have to insert, this is an alcohol thermometer. We are able to see the rise of the alcohol. So, the temperature can be easily noted. So, that there is a provision for inserting the thermometer on the bottom disc. This is taken as T2, thermometer 2. So, the top disc, there is a provision on this side. This you have to insert the thermometer on the top disc. Now, you see this has to be kept, this copper boiler should be kept at least 15 minutes prior to the experiment. So, I have already done it. Now, you are able to see the steam is generated which is coming through the outlet. So, the steam you are able to see the steam which is coming from the outlet, from the top brass disc. Now, what happens? The temperature of the top disc will be slowly transferred to the bottom brass disc through our bad conductor. Initially, what you have to do? Initially, you note down the temperature of the bottom disc. This is temperature of the thermometer 2. Temperature of the thermometer 2, T2. Now, you see the temperature is around 35 to 36. So, it will be at room temperature only initially. Initially, it will be at room temperature. Now, the steam is being passed through the cardboard and heat will be slowly conducted by the cardboard. So, what will happen? The temperature of the bottom disc slowly increases from 37 to 38, 39, 40, 41 in such a way up to certain temperature. But what will be the temperature of the top disc? So, the temperature what we are transporting? We are transporting the steam. So, what should be the temperature at this point? The top disc temperature should be 100, but actually it will not be 100 because when we transport the steam through the rubber tube, that will conduct some minimum amount of heat. So, that there will be a less than 1 or 2 degree from the temperature of the steam. It means temperature of the steam is 100. So, the temperature of the top disc will be 97 or 98 degree. Right. So, for which we have to, since steam is just generated, we have to wait for a couple of minutes to reach 97 or 98. Once if it has reached 97 or 98, this temperature T1 never changes because we are keep on passing the steam. That will not change at all. You need not worry about the T1. This is constant for all the people, those who perform the experiment, because the temperature of the steam, the same 1 meter rubber tube we are using to transport, so that will not change at all. What is the only parameter that you have to carefully measure? The temperature of the bottom disc T2. So, that is all about the basic experimental setup. This will take 15 to 20 minutes to reach the condition called steady state. So, let me explain. The steady state is the condition at which the temperature of the bottom disc becomes stable even we continuously supply the steam. It does not mean that we have stopped the steam. The temperature initially, the temperature of the bottom disc was at room temperature. Due to the transportation of heat by the bad conductor, it slowly increases from room temperature to certain temperature, for example 78 or 80 degree. Beyond that, the temperature of the bottom disc will not increase, it becomes stable. So, now you see we were noticed initially that the temperature was 36 or 37. Now, you see after 5 to 6 minutes the temperature is now 41, 42 degrees Celsius. So, in such a way, after certain point of time, the temperature of the top disk slowly increases and reaches certain point beyond which it will not increase. This situation that we establish is called steady state condition. So it means that the rate of heat supplied is equal to rate of heat radiated. That is why the temperature of the bottom disk becomes stable. There is an important concept behind. Now let us stop here to reach the steady state. So we have to wait for 15 to 20 minutes to reach the steady state. Let me show you after reaching the steady state and how do you ensure the steady state is reached. Initially the temperature was at room temperature. You were noticing that the temperature was slowly increasing from room temperature to 31, 32, 33, 34 in such a way that up to certain temperature, for example 78 or 80. How do you ensure that? Once if you see the temperature of the bottom disk, how long you have to wait? You have to wait minimum 1 minute to ensure that whether the temperature is stable. Otherwise, if you see suddenly, you will think that it has reached 80. So it may increase further also. It is not a constant at 80. That depends on the bad conductor given. Usually, when you do the experiment physically, we will give you 3 samples. So this is what another bad conductor called a fabric. It is a jean cloth. So this will be given. Another example bad conductor that we already kept. Another example is a glass. So usually 3 samples will be given for three different people to compare the results and give a common conclusion that the property of the material, how it differs with the physical parameters. So now let us wait for 10 to 15 minutes to reach this steady state. Parallelly, to show you, I have switched on a parallel device to show you how to verify the steady state. Let us go for the experimental setup. You see now, you see here. So the temperature of the top disk, as I already told you, now it is 95 degree. 95 degree. So it will be less than 100. This will be less than 100. Now you see the temperature of the bottom disk. Temperature of the bottom disk. This just I want to show you. Now the temperature of the bottom disk is at 50. For example, let us consider if the 50 is your steady state. How do you ensure that? You have to wait for minimum 1 to 2 minutes to ensure whether the temperature is changing or not at all changing. If you have ensured that the temperature is not changing, there are 2 possible reasons. One is since this chamber is hollow, the top chamber is hollow. Let me show you, if you have not properly cleaned this one, sometimes water will condense, you see. So this type of water condensation may take place. So due to this condensation of water also the bottom disk may not increase. So you have to ensure that the water is not condensed on the top surface, everything is coming out. How do you ensure that? The steam has to continuously, the steam vapor has to come out very frequently rather than condensing inside the top chamber. Now let me assume this is my steady state. For example 52. Please understand 52 is not a steady state, it will be 80 degree Celsius, around 80 degree. Right? Let me assume that this is my steady state. So now what you have to do? This is my steady state. At the time of steady state, you have to measure the temperature of the bottom disk. This is T2. Now what is our temperature? 52, for example. Then what is T1? T1 remains same. It will be 95. This is 95. So now you have measured T1 and T2. Now what you have to do? Remove the thermometer which was inserted on the top disk and keep it safe on the table. So far what we have done, we have kept the cardboard in between the 2 metallic discs. Now what you have to do, remove by just moving the top disk and directly contact these 2. So far what we have done, in between the 2 metallic discs we have kept our cardboard. So now what I am doing for measuring the rate of cooling, I have removed the cardboard after reaching steady state. Now you see the temperature of the bottom disk. It was initially at 53. Now you see, slowly it increases from 53 to 54 and 55. How long you have to wait? You have to wait 5 degrees Celsius from steady state. For example, if 53 was our steady state, 54, 55, 56, 57 and 58. 5 degree raise of temperature, you have to directly contact these two metallic discs. After that, what you have to do? You have to remove this input, right? Hereafter, it is not at all required. You keep it on the table. Now what will happen? The temperature of the bottom disc, due to radiating, the heat will be radiated to the surroundings. What will happen? The temperature of the bottom disc becomes lower. It starts decreasing. So you will be given a stopwatch. You will be given a stopwatch like this. So what you have to do now? So you have to start the temperature from 53 to 58. When temperature is 58, so you have to switch on the stopwatch, right? What was the time? 0 was the time at 58. When the temperature is lowering by 1 degree, for example 57, so corresponding time should be noted. Similarly for 56, 55, 54, 53. So in the interval of 1 degree fall of temperature, corresponding time should be noted. This is what the rate of cooling tabular column is concerned. That's all about this experiment measurement section, right? Repeat once again. After reaching the steady state, you are noting T1 and T2. After measuring T1 and T2, removing the cardboard which was kept in between and directly contacting the two metallic discs. Now what will happen? The temperature of the bottom disc increases up to how long? Only for 5 degree rise in temperature. After that you have to remove the top disc, and this disc will be allowed to cool naturally. It will be allowed to cool naturally. That means every 1 degree fall of temperature, corresponding time should be noted using the stopwatch. For 10 readings from 58, for example our case we have taken 53 was the steady state, we have heated up to 58. When temperature was 58, time was 0. When the temperature is reaching 57, the time was for example 30 seconds. When it is reaching 56, time was 47 seconds. Cumulative time should be noted for 10 degree fall of temperature. So by using these readings, we are going to plot the graph and calculate the coefficient of thermal conductivity. I think it will be somewhat clear to virtually understand the experiments. Thank you.